Okay, I've brought up Google, and now what we're going to do is we're going to actually go through each of those 5 steps that I just mentioned and show you how to actually do what we just talked about. So, the first thing we said is we're going to list out the first 10 sites in Google for your product. So you're going to type in here all those keywords that you came up with. So for example, tents. Okay, now that's very broad, but we're going to type in tents. And it's really important that you understand how Google search results work. Right here, okay, these 3 top ones that's kind of got this yellow box around them, and then everything here on the right hand side, those are paid listings. We don't care about those for this exercise. What we do care about are the organic or free listings listed out here in the middle of the page. So again, we don't care about the paid listings up here or on the right hand side, just the free or organic listings down here. So we're going to go through this process of finding out what the top 10 sites are selling the product for. So tents is a very broad term, and so we can get a general idea, but it's generally better if we're more specific at this point. So I'm going to type in something like Kelty tents so we can be a little bit more specific. And again, we're skipping past these paid ads, which are the top 3 here and down the right hand side. The first one is Kelty.com, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, and we're at the Kelty main website, and it's got the tents listed here. And this is the 4-man tent, the Buttress 4, Buttress 6, and then Eden 2, which is a 2-man tent. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open up Excel, which I've already got Excel open. Okay, I generally like to rename my tabs down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm going to right-click, click Rename, and I'm going to type in Kelty Tents. Okay, and then I'm going to generally just kind of put this out here and then say, alright, so 4-man we're looking at, so I'm going to put name and then price. Okay, that's kind of my column headlines. I'm just centering it and bolding that. Okay, so the name was Buttress 6. So really what I know is that's a 6-man tent. Okay, the price was $153.95. $153.95. Okay, I'm just going to make this column be money. There we go. And the Buttress 6, that was the Buttress 4. So the Buttress, that's important. You got to get those right because we want to compare apples to apples. Buttress, and this time is going to be 6. If I could get my keyboard to work. And that was $209.95. Oops. $209.95. And then the Eden 2. Now, again, I could go through their whole website at this point, but again, we're looking at the search results. 195. Okay, that's what we're looking at right now. There's more, and I could start listing these out here. So we're just going to kind of get the idea. So Eden 4, 2. So this is a Buttress 4. This is the Eden 4. We're going to say the average for a 4-man tent is somewhere in, if this is 153, 249, somewhere in that 199 range. Okay, so we're just going to put, we're going to actually override this in 4-man tent. You can be more specific than I was. I'm just doing 4-man tent 199.95 is the address, the average. And actually, I'm going to undo that because you want to be as specific as possible. Okay, because when you do that, you're going to get the kind of exact apples to apples comparison. So we're going to do Eden 4. Right, was 249. Oh boy, if I could use a computer, it'd be great. Alright, and then we say Grand Mesa 2. Okay. We see 139.95, and we're going to continue throughout the whole page, and we're going to kind of keep all of these products listed there. I mean, they've got tons of products. They've even got accessories here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit the back button, and it shows Kelty as number 2. That's just where we were. So we're going to skip down. We're going to skip past the shopping results. We don't want to look at those at this point. Then we're going to go to backcountry. Okay? On a backcountry, there we go. There's the Kelty Eden 2 tent, 2-person tent. So we're going to go back and Eden 2-person tent, 199.95. So I'm just going to leave that there. Okay? The Kelty Grand Mesa 2-person tent, 139.95. Okay, same price there. And then we're going to continue to do this process for all of the comparable tents, and we're going to find out what their prices are. So if we find out as we go through, so when I'm done with this page, I'm going to hit back. I'm going to go to the Amazon, then I'm going to go to Hut Shop and Target and REI.com and Alltrek.com and so on and so forth, until I've got a list of all those products and the prices right there. Okay, I want to again find the average price point. So I'm looking at, for the Grand Mesa, the average we could have put, you know, let's say we found it for $149.95 at Target. And sometimes what you'll even see me do, I'm just inserting a column. I'm going to put Kelty.com, Target.com, website 3, whatever. So we've got a list of all these websites and their prices. Okay. And then at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take average price. Okay. I'll show you how to do this here in just a second. Just formatting my spreadsheet. So let's say here we found it for $162.95, $214.95, $199.95, $249.95. Let's say here we saw it for $159.95. Let's just say $199.95. And here, let's say $214.95. What I'm doing is just finding all the prices that we found at all those sites, and we're just taking it as an example here. Let's do $254.95 and then $149.95. Okay, so that's the prices we did. Let's pretend this is 10 websites across the columns here. The actual product names, their prices, and now what we're going to do is find the average. So all you have to do is hit the equals button. Okay, type in a capital AVG, okay, that's average, and you're going to put a little parenthesis there. I'm going to then click here and just drag my mouse over and do the close right there. And then I hit enter, and it tells me the average is 158. Then, instead of doing that for each one, I can just drag this down. It's going to tell me the average price point for each of these products. So the average price point for the Eden 4 is $251.62, Grand Mesa $146.62, so on and so forth. Then I will generally in my spreadsheet type in cost and then profit. Okay. Now I'm going to do that because the next step is we found out what they're selling for. We did that for all of our products. Okay. We found out the average price. Okay, which is first step 1, step 2, and step 3. Now, step 4 is I've got to find out what my product costs are. So let's say that I go through, I talk to my supplier, and I find out that my cost for the buttress 4 is $79.95. The buttress 6 is $104.95. The Eden 2 is $99.95. And I'm giving myself some pretty good margins here. Let's say it's not $249, $179.95, and the Grand Mesa we get it for $79.95 again. Okay, so that's my cost. So I'm going to just change that to money. Then what I'm going to do is find out what my profit's going to be. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to do an equal sign again, and I'm going to take the average price, and then I'm going to just click on that cell, do the minus, and then my cost, and then hit enter. And that tells me my profit for this buttress 4 tent is $79. And I'm just going to drop this down. I copied that equation down here. The buttress 6, my profit's 103, 105, 71, 66. Now it's telling me exactly how much I'm going to make per the products that I am selling. So let's review. We went to Google. Okay, we typed in Kelty tents. We could get even more specific, if we wanted to at that point. Then we found out the top 10 results in Google, what they are selling the specific products for. We listed those in our Excel spreadsheet for the Kelty tent search. Okay, we found out what they're selling it for. We then figured out what the average price of each of these products was. We then went to our supplier, which again I'm going to show you how to do that in a future video, 1 or 2 videos from now. from there, you're going to then do the formula that just takes the average price minus your cost, and that gets you your profit. And that tells me that for each of these products, how much I'm going to make. Okay? And this number could change. So let's say it's $99.95. It's going to automatically continue that formula down to 59 bucks. It's going to tell me exactly what each of my profits for each of the products are. So once we've done that, that's going to give us a good determination whether this is going to be a good product for me to promote or not. If at this point I know that I need to make $100 per day to meet my goals, well look, all I've got to do is sell 2 of these buttress, 4 tents, or 1 of the Eden 2s, and it gives me a good idea of, is this product going to fit my needs? Is it, in my definition, a good product? That's why I will always hesitate to say, oh, this number's right and that number's right. No, because you have to determine that for yourself. You've got to figure that out. So you've got to know what your goals are, and then kind of work backwards into this process. So that was the process of finding out the profitability of your niche or your products that you're wanting to sell. I hope that was helpful. Go do that process now, and then we'll see on the next video where we go through our third and